Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Still Talking Podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Smith. First off, I hope everybody had a happy holidays. Thank you guys for tuning back in with us. With me, as always, my hosts, Max and Brenner.
Yo, yo.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up?
First and foremost, if you haven't noticed, we have the audio fixed. So, that's phenomenal.
Fixed audio. Fixed.
Yeah, like I said, it's a bit of a learning process. I know the audio has always been kind of an up and down thing, but it's just so tricky to get down. So, and then we added video to it, and that kind of threw me for a loop. So it's kind of different stuff going on. Today is a little bit different. We're gonna do politics, which we said we weren't gonna do, but everyone on Facebook has just been pushing me to fucking do politics. So we are gonna do one. And I'm gonna let you guys know how I really feel about politics. But before we get into that, I want to shout out to my man Bam, the producer.
Yeah.
He just released his album called Vibes, Vibes with a period, and I was taken aback by how phenomenal it was. I mean, like, it's just so well produced.
He's probably one of the best producers, like, in the state. He's, like, the only person in Hot Springs I know
In a
of
pretty big distance.
that has a fucking legitimate studio set up. So, if like, anybody out there that makes music, that needs a legit studio, that someone that legit knows how to mix it and all that shit, Bam is that guy.
Yeah.
The word I'm getting
The
is
guy.
pioneer. Like,
Pioneer.
people are saying he's a pioneer. Like,
Bam's
he's
that
the
guy,
man.
for sure.
I got
Man.
someone told me he's the best producer within 200 miles.
I believe
Like,
it.
in the state. I mean, that's pretty well.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. When you listen to the album, it's so well produced. I mean, it's and it's got a bunch of local guys coming out of Hot Springs, full lineup. Little E, L.A., Matt Mula, and Briggs, and they all got some really good songs. Man, that was a really big. Like, I really loved the album. No cap. I was bumping it like all the time. I bump it like a lot.
Yeah.
I bump it the same as I bump Baby. Like,
Baby.
yeah.
That's funny.
I'm gonna drop the link in the description for iTunes. You guys go check that out, man. Like I said, it's really is worth it. I was taken aback by how really like good it was. I was like, wow, I couldn't believe that it was. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Most of the stuff that you get like that, like the local, and I hate to hate on it.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I had a guy in,
Because there's a difference between music production and engineering.
well, and I had a guy, he was either here in Hot Springs or in Benton, try to get me to buy a mixtape from him. And it, like, I can't tell you how long it's been since I've gotten a mixtape off the street.
You've
been back in the car
for music.
Well, but I mean, not only that, that's exactly why I didn't get it.
Yeah,
but it's been a while. But anyways, I've bought some mixtapes off the street. I'm from Detroit, man. I trust me, I've bought some mixtapes off the street.
For the culture, man.
It has been a long time since I've gotten one and been like, that slaps. That's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
And his shit that he's been producing is good. It's good, for sure.
100%. I was really just like taken back. I just, like I said, I didn't think, like, cause I've been giving like local music a chance. Like I said, there was one local rapper who fucking ruined it for me, and I was just like, fuck local rappers. And then, like I said, since we've been dipping into the media side of things, like I said, I'm trying to look at things with an open mindset. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like,
2020, baby, it's a new year.
2020.
Yeah. Trying to
Positive.
Probably have
And-
clear vision.
we're looking forward to working with Bam. Like I said, we're
Yeah.
looking into some exciting things, dude. I can't wait to get him on.
Yeah.
Hopefully 2020 can, when I think about where we will be for a year from now,
Yeah.
it's kind of
I mean,
exciting.
I don't want to brag, but our publisher and YouTube both reached out and was like, yo, you guys have made phenomenal leaps and bounds. Like,
Bro, when you sent me that
Yeah.
screenshot, and I was just so busy all day today, I didn't even know what it was. I couldn't have
575
made
minutes
heads or
of
tails
YouTube
of
time.
it. Yeah.
I was telling him too. I was like, I thought that was a lot, and then like of plays and downloads and everything, and I was like, that's why I shared it with you guys. And then we were sitting here. They sent me another email and was like, hey, we sent you that first one. Want to let you know again, that's crazy. They were like, and we're getting. I got another email from our publisher, and we're getting, like, we have close to 1,000 downloads, and then
Hell
we
yeah.
have.
Thank you for the views, guys.
Yeah,
We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Shout out to you guys
Yeah.
for sure.
My baby mama told me that we thank people too much, and I'm like, man, I'm not fucking Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build a base. You know what I mean? It's not a bunch of randos listening to us.
Yeah.
It's usually people that know us, or
Yeah.
some, or y'all at least.
And we've got like 4 or 5 podcasts that have over 100 downloads apiece.
Yeah, so we're pretty major.
I was telling Max.
We're kind of a big deal. I don't want to fucking talk about it, but we are.
I was telling Max that.
I don't personally know anybody else with more views.
I was telling Max that I'm in this group on our publisher hooked me up because like our publisher works pretty much like a like a subcontractor through another company, and the way
He's out hustling.
he's hustling, but
You better fucking be.
I'm in
Closers,
this group
baby.
on Facebook for people that are under like published out through the same company,
Uh-huh.
and there was a guy on there, and he was like, I've been doing my podcast for 6 months, and I've got like 5 residual listeners. He gets like 5 downloads a podcast, and he was like, at what time does your stuff start pick up? And people are like tons of people are commenting, talking about, oh, you just got to stick it out. And I'm like, bro, we've caught numbers from the jump.
Out of the gate.
We consistently have numbers.
Hell yeah.
Our videos on Facebook are catching like close to 4.
We got a good support.
We have a
system
video
on
right
this.
now that's over 650 views, and we have a couple that are over 500, and we have like these last 2 or 3 are like close to 5. I mean, I think we're in the 350 range.
Which
with
is
our
really,
burrito
that's
challenge.
really good. That's,
You know what I mean? Our
yeah,
videos
that's
are
really
catching
good start.
views on Facebook, bro. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like our videos are catching
Yeah, no, I
views.
had a couple of people that won at work that were like, fuck, that burrito's the truth, son. Let me get the
Yeah.
link to that video.
So, we've had phenomenal growth. Makes sense. So we got emails from publishers and YouTube, and I thought that was crazy that they were like, "Hey, crazy." But anyway,
You getting into this
Moving on.
politics, bro? What are we doing?
no, just
No? Alright.
We are possibly. I got to reach out to Brandon and get Brandon. I got to reach out to Bam and get permission. But I want to do like a listening party, listen to his music, and play a couple songs. Like I said, I thought the album was awesome.
Yep.
We're gonna be doing a lot of promotion with Bam. I don't want to
Yeah.
get too much into him, but we're looking into a lot of collabs. You know what I mean? From Weird Beard and 501, or I think Spa City Records is what he.
Everything local, baby.
Something like that.
Everything
Yeah.
local.
But
Putting people on.
upcoming interviews, we got Bam coming on. We're gonna have Chauncey the Machine Foxworth,
Yep. Look at
Cody
excited.
Beck.
I'm excited. I'm fucking excited about the machine, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fucking excited. That
Yeah, bro. he
I
told
swear to
me
God.
that, I was like,
like
yeah.
straight out of the gate, bro. If I break an arm, I'm
Hold on,
down.
I don't want to get too into it. I
Yeah,
don't
bro,
wanna-
it's
because
spoiling
we have-
shit.
we don't want to get
Saying
too
if I
into
break
it
an arm, I'm
before
down,
we-
bro. First
But,
off.
As long as it's my non-jerking off.
Yeah, I got a new medical and shit. I'm
We're
ready
gonna-
to go. Like,
I'm gonna drop the rhythm interview tomorrow. I've been slacking on that. My phone got stolen, you guys. So like,
Oh
as
yeah.
far as
Me
like,
and Nate had a fucking lit New Year's. We went out together. And
that is one thing I should address really quick. So all of my material, everything that I do was in my phone, in my notes. It was like my life. So I had hundreds.
from now
and
on, we're
hundreds
gonna
of
have
notes.
backups.
Yeah,
We're gonna have
I'm
backups
doing
on
everything
backups
hard
and-
copy now.
yeah.
I'm doing everything hard
Yeah.
copy. Like all my last comedy skit that was like comedy set that was like probably 20 minutes long. The one I was really excited about, that's gone. All of our notes, all of our scripts for Hood News, everything that we've been working on up until now is gone. With
So we're starting from scratch, but
yeah. So that was pretty traumatic. I learned a very important lesson. So
yeah. And if you're on the phone in Starlight or in the backseat of a Jeep Wrangler Uber,
and you didn't
give it back. It's apparent at this point you didn't give it back.
Fuck
Your mom's a hoe,
No.
bro. Like absolutely. Let me tell you
Fuck
something.
that shit,
And
bro.
you know,
Yeah.
I used to train dogs. You can ask her. I gave her a great
What?
lesson.
But anyway. So I apologize. We're working from scratch, but we're working on some stuff, and hopefully we can make a full comeback. Like I said, this is just kind of a, like I said, we had such success. Like I said, we just had a lot of success, and this kind of just happened and set us back. So I'm just gonna release the rhythm interview tomorrow, and like I said, this is kind of a, I don't know, I guess a fourth quarter crunch time Hail Mary moment where we got to really kind of dig it down and come up with some content quick, and I got to come up with some more comedy,
Hey, man.
and I got to do something.
we're pretty fucking funny.
Yeah,
So
I feel like we can do
I
it.
feel like we're
But I guess we'll get into what we're going to talk about today is politics. So, God, goodness, I keep hitting this thing. But it's so funny.
No, man, do your podcast,
no,
bro.
you got it. You got it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We love you, man. Just go.
I guess I'm gonna start with a couple things. Like I wanted to go over like what a Democrat was. You know what I mean? Like what a Republican is. Just because like sometimes I see some comments. And I'm like, I think some of us are confused about what we believe.
Some of y'all are confused about who you are.
Yeah, some of us are confused about what we actually believe. So a Democrat, the modern Democratic Party emphasizes social equality through liberalism, which is like, you know, libertarianism, which is basically, you don't fuck with me, I'm not fucking with you. Mm-hmm. They support voting rights, minority rights, including LGBTQ rights, multiculturalism, and religious secularism, which is a bunch of fancy words for do what you want, I'll do what I want, leave me alone.
Not what I was going for.
Policies that the Democratic Party supports, they seek to protect social programs like welfare, SNAP, food stamps, Medicaid, things like that. Yep. They support labor unions, consumer and workplace safety, equal opportunity, disability rights, race equality, abortion rights, LGBTQ rights, illegal immigrant rights, support climate change, clean energy, cap and trade policies, kind of stuff like that, you know, which is to better life for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is...
I stand definitely behind all the equality stuff.
That's
minorities, LGBT,
and that's like,
all that.
And you see a lot of like these people who are hard Republicans that are like, it doesn't matter if you're yellow, black, white, you're an American. Start acting like it. And it's like, bro, are you really asking black people in America to act like just an American? It's
my God. Okay, you know what? Let's jump back in here and talk about. Let me get to the Republican definition, and then we'll talk a little bit because I definitely want to talk about. I agree.
Well, but okay, all right, good. I'm not being suppressed right now. I'm like, are you fucking joking right now? I'm great.
I just got to the Democrat, and let me read the Republican and what they support and all that shit. And then we'll get.
That's my bad.
Yeah, no, you're.
My baby.
What is a Republican? Republicans believe in the American conservatism. They believe in taking responsibility for one's actions, which I can agree with. Mm-hmm. They support, you know, gun laws. When you look up what a Republican is, there's not a whole lot of like solid answers that I could find.
Yeah.
And that's not a shot at Republicans. I just like when I looked up definitions for what a Democrat was. There was a lot of stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? When I was like, "What's a Republican?" There was like, they were like conservative.
Yeah.
You know, it was a little vague.
Yeah.
But anyway, the policies they support.
And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of shit in comments and blah 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 about how we got it wrong. But
I do not, and that's what I'm saying, and that's just me. I could not find it. Yeah. When I looked on like 5 websites.
In the most unhateful way, if you disagree with us, make your own podcast and tell us about it.
And I'm not saying there wasn't
make your own podcast and tell us about it.
And I wasn't saying that there was anything. That there was a lack of information. They have a lot of stuff on their policies, but like as far as like when I looked up the Democratic Party, it gave me a lot of stuff on what they believe in, like a lot of like, you know what I mean? Uh-huh. And then a Republican was just like conservative, you know, and that's what I'm saying. I got one of them that said they believe in taking responsibility for one's actions, which, you know what I mean? But they support economic policies, social values, lower taxes, free market capitalism, restrictions on immigrant. Free market capitalism is tax breaks for rich people. That's what that's. Just in case anyone's wondering, that's what that means.
Yeah, a more transparent definition.
Just in case anyone wanted to know what free market capitalism meant, it's not good. It's not good for us.
Well, I mean, if you're in that position,
I mean,
fantastic. Yeah.
If you're able to get a small loan of $1 million from your father, it's a great market to be in. Restrictions on immigration.
That was so fucking spot on, dude. Caps to you, bro.
Increased military spending, gun rights, restrictions on abortions, restrictions on labor unions. And what else do we have here? Okay, and now the one thing that, like I said, I'm not taking a shot at Republicans, but the one thing that I didn't think was like, the media is jaded. I give the media very, like, look, because most of the descriptions, like, I could tell what, like, the Republican sites that I felt like were, like, pro-Republican, published by Republicans, there wasn't a lot of information on, like, what they believe in. And then there was about policies, but not really, like, a solid, like, belief system. You know what I mean? Other than, like, Christianity.
Well,
you know what I mean? which is like white males.
Well,
I
and
feel like it's really hard
so-
to find Republicans that aren't Christian.
But look,
which I mean, I'm Christian.
anything that I felt like could have been Democratic, like look, this is like one website. This was their description of a Democratic. Southern rural areas. This is who. Okay, the highest
Republican?
Yeah, this was
Highest likely areas to be a Democrat.
Yeah, no, it was like the highest likely categories for Republicans.
Oh, Republicans.
Like
Okay,
most,
sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
most likely to
Sorry.
be Republicans. Southerners, rural areas, people without college education, the elderly, white people. Like that was one of the
Wow.
descriptions, and I was like, "Damn!"
Ding, ding.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
oh,
you're like,
man,
there's no way that there's no like hate in
I was like, "This
There's
isn't
not-
a Republican right
Yeah,
now." You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
So I'll give it that. The media.
This isn't even somebody on the fence, right?
Yeah.
I don't. You know what I mean?
This is the media is kind of
Yeah.
jaded, but then again, like you can't really watch Fox News and get you fucking facts. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Yes, I mean,
let me tell you something.
both-
There's
they-
jaded media
Well-
towards the left and the right. What I like is independent news. You guys should check out
No.
like Tim Pool and like
No,
independent
absolutely.
news.
So this
Oh,
is my
yeah,
thing
okay.
with Fox
Young
News.
Turks, like YTT Young Turks. Man, they have a really good show.
Yeah, I
and
know
it's
you're
like a
talking about.
local news. Yeah.
So this is my thing with Fox News is it is so easy nowadays to just go, okay, that's fake news. And really, like, Trump has gotten ahead of it in the sense that you'll notice a lot of his shit, he'll be like, CNN is fake news. The people that usually go after him, he'll just immediately say that they're fake news. I just want to say that we can go back before any of this, a long time back.
Yeah.
Fox News has always been on that trash, bro.
That's
Fox
what I'm
News
saying.
has always been on that trash. You
Yeah.
haven't heard about fake news on anything else until more recently.
He calls
You've always
CNN
heard Fox.
He calls CNN fake news, but my thing, we had this conversation the other day. So you're telling me for the last 40, 50 years, CNN,
One of the most established names in news.
CNN
Like,
has been spot the fuck on and told us the truth and exposed government officials and shit like that and been
Yeah.
like breaking real shit and like, bruh. And then all of a sudden Trump gets looking, he's like, it's all fake.
yeah.
Fake ass
That'd
news.
be like you going on and being like, fucking PBS isn't teaching nobody
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're like, are you out of your mind?
PBS is a sham.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, before we hop into politics,
Like,
my
really
thing-
hop in. Yeah.
my main problem, like I've said it multiple times, we can have. I would be fine with another Republican being voted in, and that's fine. We go from there. Trump is making a mockery of the office. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
we are.
I'm going to go on record.
For the people.
Before I go any further, I'm also going to go on record and say that you can take whatever I say with a grain of salt. I did not vote. I
Yeah,
didn't fucking
yeah.
vote. I didn't.
Yeah, because I didn't.
Most
vote.
of my
I didn't
family's
vote
from
either.
Canada.
I wanted to vote,
Like-
but honestly, like when it came down to like Hillary or Trump, I really didn't want either one of them at all, and I was just like,
Bro, and that's where I was. I
Fuck
don't
this.
like the cop out of, well, I voted for Trump just Clinton.
because
And
Hillary
then,
was worse.
and then that's like the only argument that anybody has about anything. It's like, this is why I just didn't vote, like at all. I just,
but
which most people will call me irresponsible for that, but
yeah, so,
I just
who wouldn't?
feel like when you take the office like of the president, you should like have a certain like a certain level of like dignity,
Class.
like moral rectitude, and like
I'm all-
respect class. Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go on stance
Etiquette.
and say that I think Trump would be a good behind the scenes guy.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Do not think he should be our president.
If he was VP,
Like right now, I think he's
Yeah.
got some. There is some stuff that it's like, okay,
If
you're
he
good
was-
at that, but like as our face, hell no.
all right.
Yeah,
So first of
representing
all, I was looking at some stuff earlier, and I was watching this guy talk, and he was speaking on Obama policies, and I'll try to find the link later. I might link that in the description if I can find it. But he was talking about the economic policies that Obama had set in plan, the programs that he started while he was in office, and he was like, "What sounds more plausible to you? That Trump, who has a history of just like doing racially inclined things and saying racist things and doing stuff, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, that's not in favoritism of any minority, doing good things for black people and lowering the the unemployment rate, or that Obama spent 8 years in office doing stuff, creating policies, creating programs,
yeah.
that then is in the effect of like lowered it all, and then
But
Trump hops
it
in
was
office
already
and
trending
it's
in
on
that
the
direction.
it was on the downfall. What makes more sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah, unemployment rates were already trending that way when Obama came. Like,
And people all have their own opinion, but I'm saying like my big thing recently is I'm trying to look at things from different perspectives. That's why like people get really upset when I share things about religion, and like I be like, yo, I didn't say anything except I said perception is everything. Because it was something, and it was like, wow, it made me think. You know what I mean? It's like if you look at stuff from a different perspective, it's like it's kind of crazy sometimes. You know it's all about how you look at things.
We get these presidents that spend. I feel, and again, you can tell me I'm uneducated or I'm wrong, but I feel like we get these presidents to where it's like they're spending more time trying to just keep that voter base.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like
they're not really
undoing undoing what the last president did. They're still trying to run that bandwagon of, well, I'm gonna fix what Obama did or whatever, or if Bush, I'm gonna fix what Clinton did or anything like that. It's just, it's not. It's just, again, it's more that 1% trying to keep the.
And I'll go on the record as a Democrat and say that Obamacare was not.
Obamacare was like one of the only things that I did not like that Obama did.
But my thing about Obamacare is it was executed wrong. But tell me that it wasn't a good premise. My thing about the Republican Party is I don't understand the pushback against
healthcare.
Libertarianism in general. Like the whole thing about the Democratic Party is like I do not agree with very far left, like the crazy. Like I shared that thing the other day, and it was like the
libertarian communist. Yes.
Insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Or the millennial communist.
Yeah. I don't believe in that shit at all. That's far left. That's crazy.
No.
I believe in like total libertarianism. Like, yo, if I ain't fucking with you, leave me alone. You know
well,
I mean?
and there was a thing, and this could be wrong. You see a lot of fake stuff, but I saw where there's like a proposition where he's trying to get rid of free lunches.
Yeah.
And I had a kid hard fight me today.
I watched that whole argument on Facebook. Yeah.
With me?
Yeah.
I
was about to comment because it's like, dude.
Yeah, no. And I had a kid hard fucking fighting with me where he's like, yeah, you shouldn't have kids if you can't afford them. And first off, right out of the gate, it's like, all right, if you're sitting here, because I know what he's doing, he's not just telling me his opinion, he's backing Trump is what he's doing. So hold up, this is what I said, first off, your guy's got a whole thing where he's trying to get rid of abortion. So do not make the statement, don't have a kid if you can, because it's like, and then of course it's you guys just jumped to that, blah, blah, blah.
You know what said
right? Don't have a kid. You did not tell me give up your kid, give it away. You said don't have a kid. And then blah, 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 and it's about, it's 40 cents. I know parents who are buying weed, but then they've got their kids on blah, blah, and it's like, well, that's great that your friends are shitty. Yeah. But if you've got 3 children, that's $200 and some odd a year that you're paying in lunch. Yeah. Where me, even now, I know that eventually he needs it. I'm not going to school. My 4-month-old is not going to school, but I pay a fucking school tax. Yeah. I expect every kid who needs a lunch to get a fucking lunch.
Exactly.
And
it's not that crazy of an idea.
No, and he goes, that goes to pay for to keep the walls up and the teachers and this, that, and the other. First of all, me and mine ain't going to the school. I'd rather see the walls fall down before I see a kid go hungry. Exactly. Second, I'm not worried about the fucking teacher. He picked a salary job. If he wanted to go hustle, he wouldn't have a salary job. Fuck that. I'm here for the kids. Exactly, which I respect a teacher.
Like,
I do
so much.
I do, but that's what you chose, bro.
And see, and my whole thing about, like, when I said that, like, I just wish he had more, like, class and more, like, Jim Carrey said it when he was talking about, because he's Canadian, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said it.
Most of my family's from, I know Canadian politics. Most of my family's from Canada.
He was like, I don't care that I have to pay a little bit extra so the old lady down the street can get her medicine.
Absolutely.
I don't care that I got to pay a little bit
That's
extra
what I want to pay for.
So this kid who breaks his arm and has a single mom can get a cast.
And then everybody will tell you.
I don't care to pay a little extra to help out the next person. And we are supposed to be America. And that's my thing about, like, all this hate and all this negative shit is we're supposed to be America. We're supposed to be better.
Well, and they'll tell you, anybody who's educated will tell you, they'll go, well, that's why Canada's, economy isn't or blah, blah, this, that, and the other. And it's like, well, if my shit's going to be fucked, like it is anyways, I would rather it be because we're fucking giving a helping hand to people. You know what I mean? Like
their quality of life is a lot better.
Absolutely.
You know there are people that have died in our country because they couldn't afford their fucking, like, insulin?
Yeah.
Which insulin is like that's a fucking 4-hour discussion. We're not even going to get into that, but yeah, absolutely.
That's fucking insane to me. Like, how you can even justify that in any words is...
No. I'm going to rattle off a couple things that are facts, that are on camera. These are all, like, on video. that you can find yourself. Trump made fun of a disabled reporter.
Yeah.
I still to this day don't understand how there was not more of a backlash. How that was okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't get how that's okay.
And I love it. And a lot of this is like, you'll get these people that, and I know I'm not talking to everybody. If you're a Republican, I don't fucking hate you. There is a lot of educated, good people out there that don't believe the same things as me, and we can have a good conversation. But a lot of these people that are like, how dare you talk about our president like this, are the same people that were fucking having hanging effigies of Obama. I almost just said a slur. I'm so sorry. But they had hanging effigies of Obama out in their yard. It's like, don't ever fucking talk to me about how he's getting too much shade. You know what I mean?
Bro.
There ain't no cap on any of this, bro.
When you show that video to anybody, there's two reactions. There are people that are like Republicans that will like don't see anything wrong with it, and then there's people who are like, "What the fuck?"
It disgusts me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It disgusted me.
And I'm like, I just feel like that shows me that I'm a Democrat because I'm like, what the fuck?
And I don't want to go super deep into this, but I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen it online. When you see them do the stuff where they'll say Trump with Epstein, stuff like that. They automatically, you'll never hear anything about Obama. Then they just go back to Clinton. Yeah. And it's like, not like, you know what? You get what I'm saying?
They cherry pick.
Exactly. You go, and it's like, no, blah, blah, blah. First off, don't even pick up Clinton. That was my boy.
If you question a Republican about character, they immediately change it to the next subject. And I'm not saying anyone personally listening does that. I'm saying the people that approach me on Facebook.
Exactly.
That's what I'm catching. Like the feeling that I'm getting, people want answers from me, and everyone's not satisfied with the fact that I don't like Trump because he's not a good person.
And I'm going to give respect right now to those who I understand. A lot of you who are educated and know what they're talking about don't obviously want to light back on Facebook. And respect to you on that, I get that. But the ones who do speak for you usually...
And I have no problem with anyone commenting on anything that I post on Facebook. I welcome it. I'm open to political discussion.
A lot of the stuff that we post, we just think it's funny.
You guys have fucking pushed me.
Yeah, a lot of it. Like
you guys have pushed me to do research and check out politics. So I was like, I welcome it. We're open.
I did it today. It's been a long time since I've been researching and looking at stuff. So I don't look like. Hopefully, I don't look like a fucking asshole.
Back to the list of like shit you can find on video. Just real quick, just gonna run it down.
Yeah, no, and I interrupted you. So
no. We were just talking about it. He made fun of a disabled reporter, sexist comments about and towards women. Mm-hmm. Unethical use of power with the Joe Biden thing. He withheld aid from our allies, the Ukraine.
Bro, he got
until that. You know what I mean?
I get it. I don't.
And the good Nazis quote. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
I didn't even hear. What is that?
With the Charlottesville. There was fine.
Can I play it
on both sides?
Can I play it?
No, we can't because it's with someone else's audio. It's probably trademarked.
Right.
Yeah, but I looked his whole speech after that up, and basically what it was the monument, the Confederate monument in Charlottesburg was getting taken. Or was it? What is it? Charlottesville.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And there was a group out
This is when they beat the fuck out of them, right?
They killed somebody.
Okay, yes.
All right. There was a group protesting the monument and taken down who were members of the group. Not the whole group wasn't like neo-Nazis. But like, to me, bro, if you're protesting a Confederate monument next to neo-Nazis holding swastikas and fucking white power flags, you're a fucking Nazi as well. Like
I get preserving history, but at what point are we preserving history when these monuments legitimately have like racist like ideology inscribed on them?
And I know, and I get the people that are like, hey, Satanism and this, and like that's a religion, blah blah blah. But like a lot of this, no, that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm saying is that a lot of this just like let me tell you something. Go to Germany and bring up World War II. I promise you, they've tried to sweep that under the rug.
They fucking
us as a country, we ain't even trying to do that. We're just like, nah, fuck yeah.
We're like heritage.
The only reason we gave up slaves is because the North stopped us from selling cotton, and we had to give them up, or we were gonna die.
Yeah.
And it's like, god damn.
Yeah.
Like.
And it's one of those things, man.
It's really fucked up.
That's the crazy thing about the KKK is they almost operate like they are trying to be a religion. It's like racism is not a religion.
I'm not gonna outlaw all fucking rebel flags or nothing, But I'm just saying, why do we still have monuments depicting Confederate war heroes as if they weren't like the treasonous side that
exactly
like
I know any other country for sure.
They were literally like anti-American for a little bit. Like I don't feel like they were like. I don't know. I don't feel like we should like worship as if they were heroes.
Exactly. I feel
that's just how I look at it. They weren't heroes. They were fucking bad
That's
guys.
what I'm saying. It's like we're supposed to be American. It's like at what point do we denounce?
Well, that's exactly what we're talking about right now. Oh, it's your president, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other, and it's like, and I don't want to fucking, because it's kind of like racism. I don't want to point out a certain people, but it's like the South seceded, right?
Yeah.
I promise you, most of the South is the one that this is our president. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? Things go back and forth. It's all different when he's on your side. You know what I mean? When Lincoln was around and you didn't like what he said.
Yeah.
Then y'all fucking wasn't American for a minute.
I saw another thing that was talking about the only reason that Lincoln outlawed slavery was to create a middle class to help the economy. Because with slavery, whenever you have free labor, you can just buy slaves. There's either rich people or there's like dirt poor people that can't find any work. So by outlawing slavery, you enforce the rich people to hire the poor people and create a middle class.
I mean, I'd believe it. I would believe that, yeah.
Well, I mean, I just like politics and religion are like so hand in hand. That's why I feel like. And
they're supposed to be so separate.
And it's so
they're
crazy.
They're supposed to be fucking separate, and it happens right in front of your face.
Everything like in the Republican Party is kind of like Christianity related, and like we're gonna do a podcast on religion.
And I'm a Christian, and I can't agree with like forming a whole law for everybody to abide by based on your own personal beliefs.
I have a hard time believing in it. I don't. We'll get into religion on another podcast.
Well, and and I feel like maybe that's my big kind of push against the Republican side is that I just can't. I can't get behind it until there isn't such a strong Christian aspect to it.
And Christianity is like my whole life. I've been kind of in and around church, and like church can be one of the most criticizing, like most judgmental places in the world.
I was raised Irish Catholic, bro. Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? My grandmother's got
Baptist.
My grandmother like spent money on the rosary that she's got, and she says, you know what I mean? All fathers, this, that, and the other.
Hail Marys.
Absolutely, we were.
Which is basically
Southern Baptist. My grandmother is ambidextrous because they beat that shit out of her for being left-handed.
Yeah. It's the devil.
You know what I mean? And thank God they weren't that hard on me with stuff like that. But there was that kind of, you know what I mean? I saw how it could be.
Yeah.
And and it's just I tell you what, you take from any religion, and you can say I'm a heathen or anything like that. I promise you, if you believe in your core beliefs on your religion, we'll agree. You treat people the way you want to be treated.
I can't. We're gonna have a religious podcast. So.
Yeah, no. And I mean that's just But I only got onto that just because I think that's my big push with the Republican Party is it feels like it's bought by Christianity or Catholicism.
Yeah. So I want to run across some policies and just get you guys just real quick. We don't have to have like a big explanation for them.
Fuck yeah, we do.
How do you guys feel about like social programs like welfare, SNAP, food stamps, Medicare?
Mm-hmm. I think they're needed in our society. There's definitely a level. There's a whole group of people. As somebody that grew up on those programs and not like abusing the system, like dead ass grew up and it helped my mom raise me as a single mother and get to where she could stand on her own 2 feet and got off of it and like they're so needed. And I feel like. There are people that take advantage of it, but you can't take it away from everybody.
Yeah, shout out to all the single moms out there.
I
grew up with a single mom too for the first 10 years of my life, man. It's hard.
So you hit growing up. I'm going to tell you right now, the same way. I mean, obviously, I grew up the same way, but I'm raising a 4-month-old right now, and I get WIC. I get WIC. Yeah, my guy. Exactly. Yeah. I get WIC, and let me tell you something. My son is 4 months old, and he's hitting everything at a 3-month level because he was a month early. I mean, he's advanced, but they expect him at a 3-month level because he's a month early. So he's on 22-calorie formula that takes a prescription to get. Yeah. So these people that say, don't have a kid if you're not ready to have a kid, shit fucking happens. I promise you at 23, I wasn't ready for my kid to have prescription-grade formula because my wife can't breastfeed.
Yeah, we had.
So I don't know where I'd be, you know what I mean? And I'm out here. And I will tell you right now, I'm blessed. Whether there's a God up there or not, I'm blessed. I'm 23 and I make good fucking money.
Yeah.
There are people way worse off than me.
So I'm a fan of...
Same, bro.
those programs could use reform greatly. I think we could use reform.
And I get mad, you know what I mean? I did not qualify, because of the money that I make, I did not qualify for food stamps.
Housing or food stamps.
Exactly. I didn't qualify for Section 8 and shit like that, and I got mad about it, and you know what? I probably didn't fucking deserve it. And I'm kind of glad that they do hard check. Now, I probably deserve food stamps. I don't deserve Section 8 housing.
So,
no,
social programs.
That's for sure.
Social programs was kind of a broad category, so that's cool. We're gonna fly through the rest of these real quick. Labor unions. I'm with the favorite of labor unions. Absolutely. Police. Police the rich. Police
if you rich, fucking aren't on I mean, being in the labor is the best way to go. Or a labor union. Absolutely. Yeah. Get a part of a union, baby.
I'm a fucking plumber.
Consumer and workplace safety, obviously. Like
OSHA, baby. If you ain't OSHA certified, get the fuck out of my face.
Equal opportunity. Obviously,
absolutely.
Everyone's for equal.
Everybody, baby, come on, get some.
Some of these are like, it is crazy to me that it's such a radical thing that we're like, oh hell yeah. There are people that aren't.
No, absolutely.
That blows my mind.
No, absolutely. I know unions are the devil, and you're like, where the fuck are you from?
We're three like-minded people, so it's like. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. It blows my mind that anyone could ever have racism. Like, I'm just
I grew up
have that much hatred
in Michigan, where like unions and stuff like that really got started. Like Jimmy Hoffa, he went missing because he was a big union guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? That all happened. He disappeared in Michigan.
Movie about that, right?
Well, it's in The Irishman. That's a big one that's new. Yeah, but and they he disappeared in Bloomfield, Michigan, because he was a big labor guy. Absolutely, and that's because the 1% wanted him gone, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Disability rights, obviously everyone.
Mm-hmm. I agree with disability rights.
Illegal immigrant rights.
Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna. The only hard stance I'm gonna have on that is the children.
Reform. I think reform.
Look,
I don't have the answers. So
no, absolutely. There's a better way to do it. I don't think that we should punish kids for their parents' mistakes.
No.
If they were born in this, or I mean, if they're
control. At the end of the day, none of us got to decide how, or to what we were born into. None of us.
Yeah.
So to think that you're better just because of that. Now, I want them to come here legally. I don't want them to come here illegally. I feel like we make it so difficult for them to come here legally.
No. Well, let me tell you something. Actually, it is difficult. It is. I promise you it is more difficult to become a Canadian citizen than it is a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
And I'm not backing. I think that America was founded on taking in immigrants.
I love that.
But I will say there are a lot of other countries that do have harder citizenship laws and stuff like that than us.
It's crazy because we have the wet foot, dry foot law with fucking Cuba. And if you're a Cuban immigrant and you touch American soil with the bottom of your feet, we automatically have to accept you. And that's crazy. And it's like we don't have that one. And that's the
and
only
we just now got that relationship back with Cuba.
Yeah.
We were fucking on a no zone with them forever. You know.
Well, that's why it was wet foot, dry foot, because they were prisoners of
they were
prisoners of exile.
We have the law saying that
like
if you're escaping, if you're like seeking
see, this is where my ignorance
shelter,
comes
you're
in.
not like an illegal immigrant. You're a refugee.
Yeah,
we
well, and
United States has a policy. We accept all refugees.
And you can tell me I'm an idiot, and you can go in the comments and tell me how it's not going to work. But that's where I'm at, because I've been in foster care. I've been in juvenile, this, that, and the other. I have been told by people while I was under the age of 18 that you ain't got no rights because you're under the age of 18. Yeah. So if your fucking parents cross the border with you and you're under the age of 18, I feel like it's kind of us to shelter them. That's where I say my hard stance with the parents, yes, but like children.
Yeah.
That's seeking refugee. It's seeking refugee. You know what I mean?
I believe
if you cross that kind of terrain with a child, you're trying to get them away from something.
I don't have the answers, but I guarantee if you get a group of progressive people, not one fucking person, not one person calling the shots, you get a group of progressive, smart, intelligent people, I guarantee we can come up with a better way to reform this thing than what it is right now. You know what I mean? It's everyone has to be in the hierarchy of like a pyramid, and if we would just consult on like a level playing field and try to do it for the better of everybody and not the better of someone's party, like
the 1% would never let that happen.
Well, exactly. So my grandpa's on the board on the board and the panel here in Hot Springs, and they're shutting down an old military hospital. And it's just going to kind of rot away. And he suggested, and it's a great idea, he suggested that what we make it is into kind of a drop zone for immigrants, because we're right here right next to Texas, right on the border. You make it a drop zone to where they come in. You teach them a trade and have them fix up that building while living
that's
there.
Right in the middle of a whole bunch of white people traffic or white people tourism traffic.
Yeah,
and I know, but I'm just telling you, it's a great fucking idea.
Yeah, phenomenal idea.
You have them live in there. You teach them a trade. They fix up the building, and then you get them out into homes and housing from that.
Productive citizens.
Exactly. You teach them a fucking trade, and it's like, and you're right. It'll never fucking happen. You're absolutely fucking right.
Just moving on. Race equality. Oh God. Race equality, obviously, everybody.
Yeah.
Abortion rights, I guess you want.
I feel about abortion rights.
I feel like a woman has the right to do whatever she wants with her body.
As a man.
Yeah.
And even like, because my personal beliefs, like I would never want like a woman that I was with to get abortion. Obviously, I wouldn't. Like I couldn't like force her not to. But because of that, I don't feel like my beliefs should like. I would never want it illegal for other people to.
Well, let me tell you something. If by my other stance on that, besides a woman has the right to do whatever she wants with her body, if the father comes and fights for that, that would be the only. You know what I mean? Like obviously, if you're willing to like, okay, I will take you to court over this. You want to be a part of that kid's life.
I believe 100% woman has like 100% rights. I don't think a man should have any. My rebuttal to if the father wants to be a part of the line. That's why when adults tell you that you want to find someone that you want to be with before you have kids, that's because that shit's real. That's because shit changes.
Yeah.
That's because shit happens.
Yeah, bro.
But again, you have a child with this person. Yeah. You don't get to decide that just, I don't want to see him anymore.
No, I know.
Unless there's an extensive circumstance to where
if you're not married and you're not with a girl and you're not finna be with her forever and she wants to abort the child, that's that, homeboy. You don't have a say.
That's her right.
You know what I mean?
That's how I feel too.
You should have waited to have a baby with someone that you wanted to be with forever.
If you start giving rights to the man on conception, like you start giving rights to
I disagree with you. I'm just going to say I disagree with you. The same thing happens
for rape victims where the raper can be like, I want a right to that.
But that's what I just said that. And I'm sorry, I think I'm spitting on you. I'm sorry. I just said that. Extensive circumstances, that is where it comes to like, we're taking this to court. And then you would plead, hey, he raped me. Fucking electric chair that guy.
That's a slip. I understand what you're saying. I feel like that's a slippery slope to be on when you start making excuses.
Because then what happens when every girl that doesn't want thing, like she's just like, well, I'm not carrying this thing full term. He fucking raped me. He wants rights to the kid. He wants me to make sure I have it. I didn't even want to have sex. I didn't give consent that night.
If you slide,
that's all she has to say.
Is if you slide.
Yeah, but that's not anything. I mean, she could say that from the get-go. That doesn't have anything to do with anything.
But you know what I'm saying? If you're like gonna take her to court over, like if you're like, all right, you can't get this abortion because I want the baby, and if you try to get it, I'm gonna take you to court. She can be like, all right, we take me to court. I'm gonna say you raped me.
Well, I mean, that's a whole reform thing. Don't act like that doesn't happen every day right now.
Yeah.
That's a whole reform. That happens already. That's not, you know.
All right, so just moving on. Yeah, it's the red cord.
It's me. I need an extender.
Well, I'm saying it's not your thing. It's the red cord.
Oh, okay.
So just if that's just fuck with that one. Moving on. LGBTQ rights. I said the thing we should address is I'm cool. Like I said, I'm totally libertarianism. I feel like
now we're hitting
with me.
We're hitting a slippery slope on this one now.
The only thing I don't agree with is the pronoun. The only thing I don't agree with though is the pronoun thing. I don't think I really address people like her, him. You know what I mean? I don't think I do that. I think I'm more of like a you. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Honestly,
I think with
if I mispronounce you or whatever, and you correct me, I'll call you whatever the fuck you want, dude. You could be a man with a hairy chest and a dress, and if you're like, call me ma'am, I'd be like, all right, ma'am. I don't give a fuck, bro. It doesn't affect my day at all.
Yeah, I feel.
Just don't get mad at me if I get it wrong.
My only thing, it's a slippery slope with the trans community being in the sports.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't agree with.
That's a slippery slope right there.
Yeah.
Again, I really feel like unless you have pronounced yourself as something that you identify. You want to mess with that? Because I don't know what it's.
Well, you didn't even touch
I'm
it.
I'm hearing like music in it.
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say, I was like,
bro, did you hear like singing?
You like touched it once, so you gotta kind of give it a jiggle.
Okay. Well, fucking nothing's ever right for you. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like I'll try fucking harder in the future if you ever invite me back.
Well, no, because you did it with yours. He like tried to plug it in all extra hard, and I was like, okay, do that to the red one. And he was like, all right, well, I don't know what happened. It didn't work.
Well, fuck.
Plug it.
I mean, I'm not trying to break your shit. Goddamn. We know you paid for it, not me.
All right, illegal immigrant rights. We already went over that. Climate change. Yeah, I think that's a problem. We should definitely, like I said, I think we should
our planet's dying, and if you don't think it was 70 degrees on Christmas. If you're not like, hey, bro, this isn't really right.
The most American thing in the world is how our country started to turn to shit, and they're like, instead of improving it, why don't we take it and shoot it into the space and move it to another planet? Go to Mars. We'll fuck that planet up too.
Yeah, we'll just go to somewhere else.
Instead of bettering our planet, they're like, let's go to Mars.
You know what's wrong with today? We stopped doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, oh my God. That always was crazy to me, because someone like I said, his perspective, someone broke that down to me. You're teaching a child to pledge allegiance to something they don't even understand.
I don't even like
that's
I didn't do anything but get born here.
Yeah. Clean energy. Everybody supports that. Okay, so I'm gonna get to some quotes.
Sun energy.
Some quotes by Trump. Some of my favorite that I heard over his presidency. There was a natural disaster in Puerto Rico. Trump quoted that they want everything to be done for them when it should be a community effort, which in fact there was a huge community effort. Trump just didn't send any supplies. And for people that don't know, Puerto Rico is American. We own that shit.
We own
Puerto Ricans are technically American citizens. They can't. Well, I'm not gonna say they can't be illegal immigrants because I'm not sure, but like Puerto Ricans are technically American citizens.
I don't think they have voting rights though, but
I'm saying they're technically American citizens.
Yeah, we own it's an American province.
He was criticizing them for not helping themselves when in reality he just wasn't sending any disaster relief. He was. I'm saying America just muscled in and was like, hey, we own this now, and then they didn't send any help, and then Trump was kind of criticizing them because they didn't have any supplies to, you know what I mean? They couldn't do anything because they didn't have anything.
Where was he at that one time where he was like fucking shooting the paper towel rolls like basketballs?
Oh my God, dude. That...
It was like...
I don't even want to get into that. We'll talk about this another time. Okay.
I ain't seen anybody get buckets like that since Barry O. Bro, I used to love watching the videos of Barack fucking playing basketball.
Yeah, he looked like those white people from the science book. Yeah. Anyway, at a service honoring Native American war heroes, Trump said, "You were here for a long time before us. Although," and I think he meant something else, but he said although. I think he meant like because we have a representative in Congress who says that you were here for a long time, saying that the Indians might not have actually been here before us, which is pretty much how that came out. He said, you guys were here a long time before us. At least that's what someone in Congress said. So it's kind of, he's basically...
I'm assuming that's a joke.
Yeah.
But of course, half the things he said, I'm like, yeah, he said that jokingly. That wasn't...
My thing is like, that's what he's kind of making it, like, I don't, like I said, that's kind of what I got from it. But, like, whether or not I'm right or wrong, was that appropriate at an... You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's like honoring a Native American war hero. It's like, that's what you're saying? On the fucking mic time?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm like, most of the time when, like... He comes out and people are like, man, he has really good ideas. I'm like, I have a sneaking suspicion that these aren't even his ideas. Like he's really drunk around a lot of smart people, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking let him have it tomorrow, bro.
Like there's
he's
someone
like, I'm gonna fucking go out there.
There's someone in the White House, someone they're like, Donald.
Yeah.
Donald got this is from the Big D.
Yeah, no.
This is Donald wrote this.
No, every time he does one of his speeches, there's like 5 people in the background going, God damn it.
Shit, really.
Like, God damn it, I said that yesterday.
Like, give me
that
a
was
video
my fucking idea.
I need a video with like an audio stream of him coming up with some ideas. You know what I mean?
I swear, exactly.
I need to brainstorm what Trump. I would love.
What's the brainstorming session with Donald Trump like?
We could GoPro Trump and just have like what he's really feeling all the time.
He's got just like an idea chart on the wall, and he's like, Tommy, throw a dart at the wall. Let's see where we're starting.
I would fucking pay a monthly service to watch that. I would pay a monthly service for that. 100%.
If you just look at his whole family, do they not just look like some kind of super villains to some weird movie or something?
Yeah.
Well, have you seen have you seen all the
have
you seen all the tweets that he did in 2012 where he was like
Obama?
He was like Barack Obama's going to start a thing with Iran to get his fucking votes up.
Syria.
Anyway,
Syria, because Iran bombs or
he
bombed Syria.
He said pathetic. Mm-hmm. It's pathetic.
It's pathetic.
It really is, Donald.
Desperate.
It really is pathetic.
Desperate.
Okay, January 11th, 2018. These are from more recent. Why are we having all of these people from shithole countries come here? That's your president.
Yeah.
Shithole countries. He's referring to Haiti, El Salvador, and half of the African continent.
That's so fucking like, bro.
How
you say that and
from war-torn, stricken countries that have huge, like Haiti had a natural fucking disaster. Half their country got leveled by a fucking earthquake. And he's like, "What's up with these shithole countries sending all their people over here?" Like maybe because they're.
This is the guy who you hit your spot-on fucking quote. He got a small loan of $1 million from his father.
Oh my god, yeah.
Fucking spot on, goddamn that, and that's verbatim. Anybody that wants to argue, he said I got a small loan from my father of $1 million. What's up with all these shithole countries that we're taking in?
Bro.
What a fucking champ, bro.
Free market capitalism is fucking awesome when your dad can afford a small loan.
I'm telling you, bro.
Him calling them shithole countries blows our mind, but like all his supporters are gonna be like, well, have you ever been there? They're shithole.
Yeah, right, I know.
America.
Yeah,
he just has the nuts.
And it's like, yeah, that's exactly. The difference is that shit that you say when you're fucking drinking and gambling in a garage. You asshole. Yeah.
Your buddy's house. Not
your fucking president doesn't say it.
You're representing us to the whole fucking world, and that, like, bro, that's not what the president does. That's not who the president's supposed to be.
I said a bunch of times, someone was like, like someone commented on one of my things and was like, Obama was a terrible representation of America. And I was like, yeah, Obama was kind, cool, caring, smart, well thought out, educated, and genuine. He's a fucking terrible representation of us as a country.
He really is.
I agree. He's a terrible representation.
Yeah. He made us look way too good.
He does not like any of the motherfuckers I talk to on Facebook.
And I mean, again, I mean, obviously, I've been drinking. But
just talking shit.
If he wasn't black, nobody would talk about him as much. That's what they get onto, and that's exactly what it is. Like I said, the only time that you'll hear him bring up Clinton is when you fucking bring up the Epstein thing. Like, that's it. That's it. You haven't heard anybody bash Clinton since Clinton was in fucking office. Like
June 19th, 2018. Democrats are the problem. They don't care about crime, and they want illegal immigrants in our country, no matter how bad they are. He said, and they want illegal immigrants, no matter how bad they are, to pour into our country pour into and infest our country, like the MS-13. Okay, because this came out right after.
Wow, that was fucking. No. Okay.
This came out right after those facts where they found out that everyone in Mexico was a part of the MS-13. You know what I mean? Obviously. So that came out, and then we're like, oh shit, everybody's MS-13 down there. So, you know what I mean? Now, my problem with this was the word infest is not human. When you use the word infest, that's like dehumanizing people.
Well, that's what he does. That's what he does. He likes to poke people in the eye a little bit.
Shithole country. You know
bro,
what I mean?
I'm telling you, no, exactly.
Dehumanize, because like an infestation is not human. And when you that's what Hitler did to the Nazis. And I'm not saying that that's the same thing, but I'm saying that's the same attitude.
And then kept them in cages.
What he's saying is that's how Hitler talked to the Nazis.
He dehumanized them. And then all of a sudden it was okay to kill them.
Yeah.
And by dehumanizing immigrants, it makes it okay
to lock them in cages and
that's another thing.
And this is where people will come up. They'll be like, "Well, that's not what his message is." Blah blah blah. But when you spread stuff like this, you get people worked up, and when the left get shit like that in their head, that's when you get stuff like fucking riots. And I'm from Michigan. Well, they'll riot just because it's Tuesday. You know what I mean? Like fucking.
Have you seen the memes where it's like Trump is making this whistleblower like testify in open court, and then he's refusing to testify in the illegal immigrant case, like the treatment case on the like detention facilities and shit like that.
Yeah.
And he's like recusing himself because he's the president, so he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to answer for what he's done. He doesn't have to answer for. And I'm not saying that he did it, but I'm saying like You should at least show the fuck up and acknowledge that there's wrongdoing, but he thinks that it's okay. Now, in this thing, they had lawyers visit the facility, one of the facilities. Now, in the facilities, these people were given no soap, no toothbrushes or toothpaste. They slept on concrete floors with an aluminum blankets, you know what I mean?
Like the heat, yeah.
How do you do a human being like that, bro? Like, how do you fucking go to go home and sleep at night and kiss your kids and hug your wife and live the rest of your life knowing that you're treating people like that?
Trump refused to testify and then sent some lady in to argue that these people, that they didn't require beds, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, clothes, or proper.
How long was this for?
How long?
That's the thing. Is she was trying to argue that those are not covered under being in a safe and secure facility. That's what it has to be like a certain level to be considered a safe and secure facility, but it's not a long term. That's what she was saying. Is it's supposed to be a short term, but they're holding people there for
they were there
6, 7, 8, 9 months at a time.
Oh no, if they're there longer than 3 days, they need to get all of that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
All
of that in jail.
Really? Yeah. Longer than 24 hours, I think you should get all of that shit.
And that's what I'm saying. Trump sent her in there to argue that you don't need those. Those aren't part of being safe and secure.
That's ridiculous.
And all of these people were just so not sleeping, barely eating, no hygiene, nowhere to sleep, and an aluminum, and and they were just naming off all these things, and they were like, that's a part, you feel like that's safe and secure? You feel like you would be safe and secure in that facility? You know what I mean?
I feel like a prisoner.
Exactly.
And then prisoners are treated better.
I'm just going to say, as someone who's been, they're treated better.
No, exactly, and that's...
And, okay, since these camps had started...
Can we take a break real quick?
We're almost done.
Are we?
Yeah, we're almost done.
I'm pissed, bro.
So in these camps, we've had 40 plus deaths already, and only 24 of those are adults confirmed. So
fucking
kids are dying.
Bro.
Oh, and the one lawyer said that when she visited, up to 25 kids she thought probably had the flu, and one of them had already died.
That's fucking.
When she visited, one had already passed away.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. And he refused to testify in this case and was like,
because he's the president.
They're just like, fuck it, it's cool. He didn't care that that's happening. And I'm like, that's my whole thing, is that I get that might not be his fault, and and it's the same thing with Flint. I saw something in my memories from 2 years ago where there were Republicans on my shit defending him of why he hasn't done anything about Flint. I was like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck whose problem it is or who caused it.
Let me tell you something.
It needs to be fucking fixed, and that's what you're supposed to do as the president.
Elon Musk is going to fix that.
Donald Trump has been a fucking
praise to Elon Musk.
He's been a fucking hoe when it comes to Flint, Michigan since the jump.
Dude,
since the jump, he's always been, and I hate to just dwindle it down to Flint. Like he's been like that to a lot of, you know what I mean? And then you get all these people that are like, we're not passing out handouts anymore, and it's like, man, that's so fucked up.
Dude,
because there's some people taking advantage of the system, which, let's be honest, that's what America's fucking founded on, is taking advantage of the system. You're gonna fuck all of us,
My main problem with it has just been the fact that it's just. And whether you believe it or not, if you honestly believe, if you disagree with the statement that I'm finna make, I just pray for you. I just feel like Trump has emboldened racism in so many ways. I feel like
well, and let's not even
problem.
Let's not even jump on
so emboldened.
That.
There have been people on my post I posted something and was I showed how many people were at Barack Obama's, and it was inauguration. It was 1.8 million people were in Washington. In Trump, it was 400,000. It was you know what I mean? And it was massive, huge differences in the pictures. And this dude commented and was like, "Yeah, it's because all the white people were at work." And I was like, "What the fuck is your problem?"
Yeah, bro. And I mean, you don't even have to narrow it down to racism. It's just hate. It's fucking hate.
And then he proceeded to be like, "No, I'm not racist." And I'm like, how the fuck are you going to tell me you're not racist? You know what I mean?
The people that defend that you're not racist, I understand. I have dark humor. I'm a piece of shit. When you say stuff with 2-3 friends around you in private, we all have fucking done that. But for you to just jump on Facebook and in bold say something like that, you've got some fucking hate. There's no way you don't. I have made some shitty comments with some friends. They'll fucking agree to it. There have been times that they've been like, whoa, obviously. But I promise you, I'm not in a group of 15 people and I'm dropping N-words or anything like that. It ain't fucking happening. You know, if I make a racist joke, it's somebody who's known me for 10 fucking years. You know what I mean? Or 2 people are around me. It's not, but that's fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you always have to approach anything like with an open mindset. Like we're in media and we do crossover with like a lot of people. Like we have rappers on here.
Shout out Bushwick.
Yeah,
we're not even going to talk about urban. We do a lot of people. There's a lot of crossover. We say stuff that we don't mean. We all think it's a joke, but y'all don't know us.
We have MMA fighters coming in here.
Yeah,
and they're black, and you know what I mean.
And they can beat the shit out of us.
Yeah,
they can beat the shit out of us.
You know what I mean? I just feel like it's so progressive, and and I feel like you have to value everybody the same. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, everybody's a person. Everybody's somebody's
signed up for any of this shit.
You know,
absolutely signed up for any of this.
Nobody picked. You can't pick who you be with. You just got to go with the cause.
Yeah, man. I promise you, honestly, and a lot of these people they say that shit. If I had the choice, I probably wouldn't have picked being American.
People, my thing,
you know what I mean?
My thing is people who don't like black people probably don't know black people. Probably don't know anybody. You know what I mean? People who have problems with minorities, they probably don't fucking know any. You know what I mean?
They're not just any. Like, oh, I know
it's one of those.
Say hi to them.
It's one of those.
Never gotten to know.
Shout out to Joey and the Grieve family. I fucking grew up around Joe and his family. They're the reason I can't really eat Mexican food. Because, like, if it's not authentic, I'm not fucking with it, Because I grew up with Joey eating, like, authentic, It's like, I love Mexican culture. Like, I love it, man. Drinking Coronas and shit, man.
I got a Mexican cousin.
Yeah, it's all about, you know what I mean, perspective.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, we're just kind of in and on we're just gonna flood right here at the end. Been going about an hour. Just wanted to kind of cover, politics with you guys because, this is kind of what happens. You guys, people on Facebook wanted it, so we did it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be on the lookout for Bam's album.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for us all over social media. Like we said, blowing shit up.
Give me a like, comment, subscribe, share.
You guys
tell your people about it.
Happy holidays. Once again, if you stole my phone, your mom's a hoe.
Your mom's a bitch.
Mom's a fucking hoe.
Thank you guys for tuning in, man.
All right.